on 95.3 FM in Windhoek, Desert Radio. The Bold Voice.
Helena Ndume. Thank you. Helena Ndume is a product of Lydia and Lucas Ndume. My parents. And Helena Ndume is a product of society. Taking care from my where I grew up to, where I grew up in the camps in Angola and Zambia, and where I attained my education. Where in Tsumeb, where I grew up, it was community upbringing. It was a small mining town. And the whole streets, all the parents were also your parents, all the elders were your parents, and you respect them. That even if you do something wrong, they can also give you a hiding. And they come and report you to your parents, and then the parents add another hiding again. So it was community upbringing. And that also made us strong. So other people who shape me, who make who Helena is, it's where I, in the refugee camps, when we went abroad in the Swapo refugee camps, where I went to school to, with the great teachers like Comrade Naha Sangula. You have people like Auntie Libetina, our doctors in the camps, and many, many other people who shape our life at that early age. And preparing us also to go to secondary schools in West Africa. So in West Africa, where I went in the Gambia also, secondary school was very important. It was completely different. It's just like also in the Swapo camp, the education was completely different. And it's no more the Jan van Riebeek that you were studying, we are learning here, and how Shaka was a very bad person, that type of thing, history. There you went to learn the whole history of the empires. Great African empire, how they were created, the Mali Empire, the Songhali Empire, the Kan Empire, whole of West Africa, East Africa, slave trade. Of course, the whole world of all those histories, they shaped our they shape our knowledge. One important thing is also the culture. For the first time, I came to know the religion called Islam. I didn't even know. I have even to ask, why are the people bending and sit down and bend and stand up? And they say, no, they are praying. But I say, you have to be on your knees to pray. No, this is another religion called Islam. So it's like also general knowledge, general education that you get, the different cultures, and it was very important. All these things tend to shape your life.
Of course.
And then, from the little town of Tsumeb to different cultures, and then off to Germany to university, and where you come and see white people sweeping streets and washing plates and what. Oh my God.
And it comes as a shock.
It comes as a shock.
Yeah.
This is work for black people. So, I mean, you met good, nice people there. Of course, you met one also. But everywhere you go, it's the same scenario in the world. Even here in Namibia, you have good people, you have bad people. So it was very, very, very important to make us what we are today. And when we went there, of course, you were always told that you go and study hard because you are coming back. When Namibia becomes independent, we have to build our country. And you can also build the country if you have proper education. And that's Helena Ndume now. Shaped by different people.
What a
and I
story.
thank everybody. Yeah, initially I wanted to do fashion designing.
Oh, wow. That's
Right? It's polar opposites.
Yeah, exactly.
opposites.
Yeah, medicine was my second choice. And then Tatena had said that, this fashion. Namibia doesn't need fashion designer after independence. You go for the second choice, which is medicine. I was really annoyed. Just these people they don't understand anything. How can fashion not be important? But looking back, I said thanks God for my guiding angel. Here I am. I went to do medicine, and I'm helping people. So that is very important. And when I came back and Auntie Libertina she was not even yet the Minister of Health. And I told her that I want to specialize in occupational health. She said, no ways with your little fingers. I see many people who are blind. You are going to specialize in ophthalmology. And okay, fine. And then I got a scholarship again to go to Germany to specialize in ophthalmology. And also I had my German family there. And when I went there, it was not really what I wanted. Even after 3 months, I said, I don't like this. I phoned her. I said, Tamti, this is not for me. We call her Tamti. Tamti, this is not for me. And she said, no. If you come back here, you are not going to talk to me. You better stay there. And then I hang in there. In the end, I started loving it so much that even when I finished my specialization, I was even scared to come back home because I'm coming from high tech, and here definitely is going to be low tech here. What am I going to do? And my professor said, I think it's better you go to India because the situation and the diseases will be more like in Namibia. And then that's what I did. I went to India. I was there for 8 months. And again, culture shock.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Again, culture shock. And I look at these Indians. They look at normally when you are examining the patient, you take the patient on a slit lamp. We call it a slit lamp to magnify the eye so that you can see everything in detail, every little thing in detail, because the eye is a very small organ. But then when we are doing round, they just have a torch from one patient to the other. Yeah, this one is having this one, this one do this, whatever. And then I said, but you guys, how do you see this? Like that only. You just put the light and then you see that. Like that only. and then I will take this patient, I will take them to the slit lamp. Exactly what they saw is what I was seeing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow,
So
wow.
really amazing. And that's, I learned all the techniques, the surgeries, and going out into the rural areas to screen the patient, bringing them to hospitals and operating. So things like eye camps, very well organized. And then I said, well, no, when I go home, I will do the same thing. So India was really an eye-opener to do the best, even though you have a little. So that was really an eye-opener. There are so many experiences. We can spend the whole day here talking about them. But, it's like the mother, you should say young mother, she was in her late 40s. Mother, she still got a baby there. She got pregnant. In her pregnancy, she was blind.
Oh, wow.
Delivered a baby, blind. Then she was brought to us 6 months after the birth of her baby. We did the cataract operation. The following day, she regained her vision. That was the first time she was seeing her baby. And the joys and the tears, and the husband was so elated and singing, and it takes your heart, honestly speaking. Things like that will, even though it is so difficult and cumbersome to organize these eye camps, where you sometimes say, no man, I'm going to give up. This thing is just bringing me gray hair. But then when you think of cases like that, it makes you go back. Or maybe an old woman who came in blind, and then the following day you come, she's I finished operating in the evening. I just said, let me go and see what is happening in the wards. And I found this woman that we operated. She's there eating fish. That was in Rundu, eating fish and taking out bones. That was something. And blessing the prayers from the patient. I'm going to see my pension money. I'm going to see my grandchildren. I'm going to work on the field and make more food. Like when we went to my first icon was in Rundu, 1997. We screened so many people, more than 500 people, and we booked more than 200 for operation. And only 80-something came because they were saying that, oh, have you ever had a person operating on an eye? That little girl is going to destroy your eyes. So many of them didn't come. We did operation on this 80-something one. They went back to the villages and they just stoked the flame. And the fire was all over the place. The following day, when we went back to Rundu, we couldn't control the crowds.
Wow.
People. And in the afternoon, around 6 o'clock, I came out just to see how many more patients are in the queue waiting to be seen. And then as I was turning back to go back in the room, I just, from behind, this woman came to lift me up. My daughter, thank you. You operated this eye last year. Now I have come back for the second one. And come. Let me go and show you how many I've brought. She brought that bunch of her maids there. She brought all of, and she was one eye. She will move in front. And the following one will hold her dress, and the other one will hold it. They will just be in the queue holding it. It's a chain of holding on one another. And that one made my heart. I know, I just don't know how to describe the joy. Come, let me take you. Also come and gain vision so that we can be together as we used to be before when we all could see. And that is also sort of eradicating poverty in the way, because they are going to work on their field. It's very also humiliating for you to be taken by children to the toilet all the time. It is really not good. So things like this give you energy to work more. And not only me, the whole blindness prevention team. When we see things like this, it just makes all of us to go back. And it is really a wonderful team, hard-working team. And my people that we started first, that we are still working together, we are all from exile. These are young people who were trained in Cuba to be ophthalmic technicians. And we have been working together. On the other hand, also, when you look at it, many of us, our parents, were not going to be able to pay for our education. We educated by other nations, of course, through SWAPO. And the aim was to go back and deliver at home. And that is what we are doing. Before I come to my medical related, I have to tell you a very interesting story. When you ask me the joy of the patient, the stories. And now here it was in Oshikuku. And we go for the rounds. And then I look at the eyes, it was the men. And then I said, okay, now all of you, your eyes are good. Then you are going to go home. The nurses will come and explain to you exactly how you are going to take care of your eyes. And then the other one lift up doctor, but we want to hear from you also some of the things. The nurses, they won't tell us. So we also want to hear from you. Am I supposed to go and ride a bicycle? I said, no bicycle for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, after you are not even supposed to be in the sun. And the other one. Now, and what about if you sit under the tree and looking at your animal? I said, no, you can do that as long as you're under the tree. And then the other one. Now, Mondine Pulo also, I also have a question. Okay. Can I go and have sex now?
Oh, wow.
This is an 81-year-old man. Can I have...
Oh, wow, it's hilarious.
And then the other one, look at this one, asking the doctor stupid questions. I said, no, that one is also very important. that one is also very important. So they, see, when I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
Let me put it on. I forgot to put it on.
Oh wow! I can only imagine the reaction to that.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the other people are asking important questions to the doctors, and these are questions that no, that is very important. Yeah. You also have to wait for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Before you can engage again.
Yeah, because your partner might hit your eye with the hand. So those are some of the most hilarious times I have with my old people. And even you are telling, the other day I was even passing by when they were getting health education, and the nurses were telling, it's like for these 5 weeks, nothing is supposed to be happening. Yeah. And then I passed, I said, these ones, they can't do anything. And the other said, doctor, come and try me. You will see, come and try. So it's always very hilarious when you are with many of these old people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It makes for good times.
Yeah, it makes a good time. It makes you go back all the time. So my activity, if I am not at the hospital operating, I'm at home. I like hiking mountains.
Wow.
Yes. I have a group of very committed friends. Now we have become a family. And we go and climb mountains. Every morning we meet at 4:30. And then we climb. We climb every day except on Sundays.
Oh, wow.
And we have been doing this now for years. So if I'm not climbing mountains, then I'm at home mostly doing cooking. I enjoy cooking, trying other recipes, and just enjoying with family members. Traveling, I like traveling a lot. If I have time during my holidays, I make sure that pack my little suitcases and go. And Namibia is also a very beautiful place. So many nice places to see. Yeah. So, in brief, that is what I do. The greenery. Yeah, I love the greenery. So beautiful. If it were not for mosquitoes only, otherwise.
The mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're a problem.
Yeah, Katima is my best place. I like tropical places.
Okay.
Yeah, people always say Wolf's Bay, whatever, Swakopmund. It's just too dry for me, naked, something like that. But some people like the desert.
Yeah.
I like it tropical.
Okay.
Especially if you are in the beach with tropical trees there and
palm trees.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful with a nice weather. Not where you are beach where you have to wear jerseys.
That really is our beach.
Actually,
you have to wear a jersey to
literally.
Exactly. Even during hot summer, the water is very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the source of inspiration is that every day I wake up being healthy. I can move, no pain, nothing, no chronic diseases. So wake up healthy, looking forward to go to my work hospital. I just like, next patient, please, next patient. That is my work.
Yeah.
And just being among my eye health team is we come a long way, and for all these many years, we can even write a book together. Yeah, it impacted on us, on our program, negatively because we couldn't go out to do eye camps. And the theater here in Windhoek were also closed. You have so many people that you have booked for surgery, and you couldn't do anything. They couldn't travel. And now, after all these measurements were relaxed, you have a big backlog, and they are still coming. But despite that, in Rundu, it was terrible. So we had to go there to do like 100 patients. Our eye camps, we do like 400 patients. But here we did only 100 patients. just for those one who were really by both eyes could just not see, could just see light.
Yeah.
We had to go and give them some vision a bit.
Wow.
So now we are starting again. We did one ICAM in Oshikuku. No, in Onanjokwe last year in October, where we did like 380 patients. But that was not just a drop in the ocean. That area is too vast. You have Oshana, Oshikoto, the people are just so many.
Yeah.
So we are now going to start in May with our ICAMs this year. In May, we start with Katima. We normally do Katima and Rundu together, but now this year we have to go to each area.
No.
To each area because the people are so many. And then now you also have people from the south who comes to Windhoek also. There are so many. Even all these weeks we are just having very, very long list, and especially people who are coming from the south. The demand is too much, and we have to see how we can deliver. I would like to say that you mean the children. I would like to tell them that whatever they want to undertake in life, it is you need to have some passion and commitment, and they should remember there will be impediment. There is no quick fix to everything. It is a process, and especially to whatever, and during the process, as you are growing up and learning, there are also failures, but they shouldn't take you back. You have to learn how to overcome these failures. And especially to a girl child over there, I want to tell them that they should not be afraid to fail, and they should try by all means to get an education, because education is a big transformation to independence and freedom. So that is what they have to aim at. They should try to align themselves with peers who are going to motivate them, and they should leave alone those who are going to drag them down. That's the advice I will give to the young people. Exactly. I also want to say before I leave that people must take care of their eye health.
Yeah.
Young people must come out of alcohol. It's very disheartening when I'm called in an emergency, Dr. Ndume, there is one person who was beaten with a beer bottle on the eyes. That you go to the extent that both eyes are damaged. You were seen very well the other day, the following day, both eyes are gone because of beer bottles. Alcohol must stop. It wouldn't take you anywhere. And then the other advice, people must also have regular eye checkup, because we have diseases like glaucoma, is where the pressure in the eye is very high. And when the pressure in the eye is very high, it damages the optic nerve, which is responsible for us to see. And when the pressure is high, you don't feel pain. And by the time you come to the doctors, most of the nerves is damaged, and there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Good health is also important. The food that we eat, like now we have a lot of diabetes and high blood pressure, and people are going blind, especially because of diabetes. And diabetes is mostly 90% is the lifestyle. The Kentucky Fried Chicken, the pastas, the Coca-Cola Fanta, the sugar, the margarine. This type of food, processed food, people must take less. When I came in 1996, when I started the hospital, we only had like 10, 15 people who were having diabetes, complication of diabetes to the eyes. We see per month, 15 to 20. Today we are seeing more than 300 per month.
Wow.
And that is, something has to be done. The lifestyle, the eating habit has to change. And you can't blame the people also, because that is what they can afford. Healthy foods are very expensive. So the Coca-Colas and the Fanta and the sugar is very, very dangerous to our health. Yeah, that's very important. Our bodies were not made to eat all this junk food. Our ancestors ate maybe once or twice per day, and it was only organic food. They go at embe, nyandi, whatever they eat there, oshifima, oshikundu, no sugar. And that's why they're so healthy. When we were growing up, we were all hearing, oh, diabetes, cancer is the disease of the white people. It's disease of the white people because they had cakes, they had everything, while a person in a village, Hangwena there, didn't know that. But today, the sugar and the cake, everything is now in Hangwena. And that's why we have all these diseases.
Yeah.
Some of us, we do fasting to cleanse the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. People maybe must get into fasting a bit and live like those.